Today, 31st March, last trading session of the financial year. I thought it will be a good day for us to see the open together and to continue with our study from where we left in the past. As we've seen in the previous videos, we have discussed on how to use candlesticks, lay them out, which software to use, and once we have laid them out, to assess in general what the highs and lows are doing. Subsequent to that, because we understand the process of looking at trends through the eye can get subjective, we choose longer time frames over the period that we intend to trade on, because in the longer time frames the price structure is relatively smooth, and also the longer time frames are trending for a specific reason, and that we discovered that we discussed, sorry, that the prices factor the fundamentals of the underlying security. So we mentioned that the reason why it takes 70 plus rupees to make a dollar is captured in the fundamentals, and therefore it doesn't take 70 plus dollars to make a rupee. And there is strong reasoning behind it. So just as there is a logic behind the 70 plus rupees to a dollar, similarly there is some logic behind dollar moving from 72 to 73 or correcting from 77 to 73, etc. These also have some fundamental logics which are being factored at that time frame. Now, we, in order to overcome the issue of subjective problems, we decided to add the 200 SMA and the 25 ADX in order to get a basic outlay. And today, what we intend on doing is now continuing that study and adding the 2050 SMA in order to assess the strength of the trend that we are looking at. The reason why the screenshot or this PPT is in front of you is so that you read them, and in this we will see that the 2050 crossover also gives us an indication of trend, and of the trend, and I will discuss this with you in today's video. So let's just get started. All right, anyways, so it's pretty close to 9:15, and we are seeing my current set of positions in the market. We are long ACC, long Coforge, short ITC and Kotak Bank. We got traded into long Nifty yesterday. This having a combination of long and short is an indicative that we are going through a slightly ranging phase in the market, and this kind of move in the market is generally not very profitable for me. So this is a defensive phase where we are just hoping that we can get through this phase quietly and perhaps wait for fundamental triggers such as the West Bengal elections and the reports that have to come, quarterly reports that have to come ahead. So anyways, coming now here. So we have already discussed in the slide here that when we are trading positionally, and we are discussing all aspects as a positional trader, because we want to maintain a sense of continuity over the period of time. So we do a weekly assessment, we do a trend assessment on the weekly time frames, and in that we have discussed that we want to use the 200 SMA and ADX. Now we are going to do a sort of a momentum come trend assessment on the daily time frame, and I will start showing you how. I mean, the daily time frame will show more indicators, but we will take it one step at a time and first have a look at how the 2050 SMA plays a part. So it's right here. Okay, so the market has opened. The market has opened here. Let's just have a look. All right. So it looks like the fall on Kotak has and okay, we are getting traded in. We have already bought into a stock. So it looks like the fall in Kotak has supported the price for us at the moment, but all of these things can change very quickly. This is the opening session, so we just have to see how this settles. And so yeah. Okay, interesting. Anyways, so let's come back to our assessment. Now we have already done using, so say for example, I use just to show you a quick recap. So say for example, we have a 200 SMA and we would also select an ADX, and we would select the time frame to be weekly, and in this we would see that the pivotal high of the 200 SMA is somewhere around 283, and currently it is valued at 278, which means that even though price has created a new all-time high, the moving average has not, and therefore we will still look at this stock from the perspective of a range. And then when we see in the ADX, we are seeing a 39 value, which indicates that there is significant momentum going into this particular stock. So the price creating a new high, upward sloping SMA, but only an SMA that has not created a new all-time high, has given us a slight, has given a ranging bias to this particular stock, with the underlying momentum being long. Now once we come to the daily time frame, so we obviously, it implies that we are unclear of what is the trend on SBI, but once we come to the daily time frame, we now see, evaluate if at all there is a possibility to short this particular stock. Now when we are seeing, because it's a range, so once it's a range, we want to be open to both possibilities. And I mean, so therefore what we will do next is we will simply select some kind of an oscillator, like say for example RSI, and try to determine if in a range this RSI has gone to the over bought level. Now, since we are seeing that the RSI is clearly trading at around the oversold levels, the price happens to be at below the 50-day moving average. We are seeing the 20 and the 50-day moving average in general moving upwards. And there being a point in time when the width between these two was quite high but is now contracting, we can we can begin to say that this stock is actually at a region of its support. And given that now this looks like a tactical, this looks like a at least a wick, it's not a hammer, but we get a doji harami in relation to this candle. A green closing today will indicate a support for SBI at around the 50-day moving average. And then depending on your system, you could go long either with a stop loss around here, that's a very conservative long, or with a stop loss around here, or with an aggressive stop loss still around here. So it depends on but after of course a confirmation on this particular stock. So this is how we, the idea is that this is how we use information from multiple time frames to arrive into narrower time frames. So we see that we had an unclear bias. Actually, I just chose the wrong chart. I should have just chosen a trending chart. It happened that the software opened up with SBI. I think maybe a better chart is, say, maybe something like a Bajaj Finance. Just have a look at it. Yeah. So when we look at Bajaj Finance, here we even this is in a financial services company. Both of them have are a part of the FinServ and banking index. So we see the 200 SMA clearly creating a new all-time high, price at a new all-time high, ADX at a 35. We will ignore RSI in the trending time frame. ADX at a 35. This is clearly indicating that we want to maintain a long bias onto the stock. But this bias comes to us from the weekly chart. Once we move to the daily chart after that assessment, we want to remove the, or we can keep the 200 SMA, it's not a problem. But generally, what we want to do is we want to focus on the 2050 SMA, because we want to make our time frames even narrower. And in the 2050 SMA, what are we basically looking for? We are looking for the direction of the slope. So we see the 50 moving upward, 20 moving downward. When you have conflicting directions, it becomes a range clearly. And we are also looking for the width. If the width is narrow, it is again a range. All right. But range in which direction do we want to play? We have already seen in the weekly chart, because this 200 SM is creating a new high. We want to play this on the long side. So it's a range that we want to play on the long side. Therefore, we want to look at the possibility of a support on the range. So what are we looking at now? We are looking at the price trading below the 50 SMA. We are seeing a bullish harami but we are not yet seeing a confirmation. At the moment, we are at the open of the market, so this is showing a doji. But it depends. If we get a clearly green day today, this bullish harami would have got confirmed. If we get a red day, we just simply have to sit out of this trade and watch for another set of confirmations. Followed by when we have a look, so here we will remove the ADX, or you can even keep it. But in general, when you have conflicting moving average directions, uh, when you have conflicting moving averages directions, the security is generally going to range, and we are now seeing RSI comfortably in the oversold region. So we are only waiting for a confirmation here on this particular security to this bullish harami, and hypothesize that this bullish harami low is actually going to be the bottom of the range. So this is how we determine our first trading level. The first trading level is the exit level of our hypothesis, and the trigger is going to be a green closing, and preferably above the high of the harami. So that will be the trigger. Of course, in actual practice, the trigger is going to come from the hourly chart, all right, but we will get to that later. So again, just a quick look at what's going on in the market. So we're seeing Nifty slightly under pressure, Kotak recovering, ITC. In general, the FMCG pack has been doing quite okay. ACC and Coforge are doing all right, but yeah, so we will have to see how it goes in the overall course of the day. This changes, of course. We are a long way from expiry. We are building positions. Some positions get stopped out, some positions stay in, and often we don't know what's going to happen next ourselves. So, anyways, I hope you found this video and the general overview of my positions useful for your own trade decisions. Have a good day. Take care.